button. Hello, hello. I think it's live. Yes, again, if you're there. All right, so it looks like I'm live. Hello, hello, everyone. It's Coach B. And I'm popping in just for a few moments. I'm actually in the middle of baking a cake, chocolate to be more specific, because today is my daughter's 22nd birthday and she loves chocolate. And so I wanted to just stop in for a few moments to talk to you about something that happened today and that I felt was a very teachable moment for my daughter, for the man involved, and also probably for you too. So many people, many mothers, many women have difficult relationships with their mother for various reasons. As you know, that's not the case with my daughter and I. We're actually extremely close. We work together. She's my assistant in my business. And so keeping boundaries is something that we really have to do because we live together, we work together, and she's also an adult. But there was a couple of events today that just made me, I wanted to reiterate to my daughter certain things, and I'm going to share that with you. So what happened first? So we went to Barnes & Noble because she loves to read. She's like her mother. And so we went and got her some books from Barnes & Noble. And then we also went to Bed, Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works. We went to Bath and Body Works, okay? And so when we're standing in line at Bath and Body Works, the lady that's there, monitoring everyone, she asked us to have hand sanitizer. Now, I'm about to come out to you guys, all right? I live in California, so I have no choice but to wear a face mask because it's the law here. However, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be wearing them. But what is not a law is to have someone squeeze something in my hand and for me to, put that on my body. And so I refused. And so my daughter, she accepted the request to have the hand sanitizer put on her hands. And so we got her items that we wanted. And as we were walking in the store, she told me, she goes, "Oh, well, the reason why I accepted the hand sanitizer was because it's Bath and Body Works. I know that it's okay. We're buying their products already, yada, yada, yada." And I said, "It's okay. Don't worry about that." And so we leave that store and we go to the grocery store because she wants salmon for dinner. She wants asparagus. She wants her chocolate cake and all that good stuff. And she wants mommy to make it. So we go to the store to get it. And while I'm inside the store, an older gentleman who was older than myself asked me a question about the whole voting thing. And I said, well, I opted out, right? And I'm coming out again. I'm coming out on two things, right? The mask, I don't care. And the voting, I don't care. And he's asked me, did you vote? And I said, no. And he said, why? I said, because I don't believe in choosing the lesser of two evils. Now, that was a very short reason why I did not vote, but I don't believe in choosing the lesser of two evils. And he said, well, we have to start somewhere. And I said, well, evil is evil. And he said, well, young lady, and he goes in to then talk to me about all of the reasons why I am wrong. And I had to remind him or tell him, because this is a stranger, that I'm almost 50 years old. I am not a young girl. Thank you very much and have a good day. And I walked on, got my groceries and left the store. And on the way to the store, I thought about how oftentimes adults, older adults, take for granted their relationship with younger people or people that they assume are younger or people that they assume that they have some type of rank over or some type of education over, age, whatever it is. They're standing over the person and they're expecting the person to submit. And it got me to thinking about the scene inside of Bath and Body Works. And so when I got to the car, I told my daughter, I said, I need to talk to you. I said, you know where I stand on the mask thing. You know where I stand on most things. I said, so don't ever feel that you have to tell me or explain to me why you are doing anything. I said, you are an adult woman. I don't take it lightly that you allow me to have a voice, an opinion in your life. I don't take it for granted, nor do I expect you to do what I do, or nor do I assume that because I have an opinion that that becomes your opinion, or now you're going to do what it is I do. I said, I want to make it clear that I don't want to do that. I want you to be sovereign in your decisions. I respect that you will allow me to have a voice. I respect you, but I want you to feel free to say what you feel, do what you feel, and not be beholden to me, even though I'm your mother. And she had this, this smile, it was almost like, this relief on her face. I thought that she knew that, but I think it reinforced that for her to not do that, right? And so I want to talk with you ladies about not um, doing that with your daughters. If you want to have a better relationship with your adult daughters, don't overstep. Where are my notes? I made a couple of notes here. Now I know what the hell they are. So we just got to roll with it. So yeah, there we go. So we don't want to overstep their boundaries, right? So when your daughter gets to be 18 years old, I mean 16, really, we're very fortunate that they discuss things with us or that they feel safe with telling us things. So when your child is now 22 years old, it is a privilege. Hey, Tana, it's a privilege to talk about finances, sex, relationships, plans for the future, to ask your opinion about what they're doing. It's not a given that they owe you an explanation for anything that they do with their lives. And I know that for a lot of us, this is a strange concept, right? Especially coming from African American families. There's this idea that we control our children and that we own them. And so we vie to have control over our adult children's lives, right? And this is one of the reasons why we have such poor relationships with our daughters, right? We don't understand that it's a privilege. And when they were young, really the idea wasn't, it shouldn't have been to control them. It should have been to keep them safe and to teach them discipline. But somewhere along the line, it got, you know, turned into this thing of control. And then you're battling your children. And then as soon as the kids are able to leave, they're out, right? Your relationship is jacked up. You don't see them anymore. And it's very contentious. And I've been very intentional to make sure that that doesn't happen between my daughter and I, simply because I have that relationship with my mother and I just didn't want to repeat that. And so today I just reiterated to my daughter, I respect you as a woman, the same way that you respect me. I know that I'm your mother, but I do not take it for granted that you are an adult and you don't ever have to explain yourself to me about a simple decision or a complicated one. It is my privilege to be able to speak into your lives. And so I want to suggest to you that this might be something you want to consider as your daughters are approaching adulthood, let alone in adulthood. Start practice as they are approaching adulthood so that it's not such a jump when they finally hit 18, 19, 20. So for example, a couple of years ago, my daughter, my daughter's very sheltered and she wanted to go out with her cousins to a party or something like that. And she asked me, could she go? And I said, Lauren, you're an adult. If you would please, just let me know, where you're going to be. And, if you're going to be too late, let me know or whatever. Now, to be fully honest, I panicked after a while and I was calling folks to find out where she was at because I wasn't used to this, right? And I wasn't used to not knowing where she's at. I wasn't used to not knowing how she's getting home, that type of thing. But I did explain to her that it's just going to take some getting used to, but there's just not this thing where it has to be where I know all of the details, right? So respect your children's boundaries. Don't be invested in the idea of maintaining power, and start building that woman-to-woman relationship early, right? As early as is practical, given your circumstances, given the maturity of your daughter, and all of the things involving your life. These are my suggestions to you, rather than waiting until you get to that point. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go because my cake is probably ready to come out of the oven, but I just had that thought to share this, and hopefully it will help you as you navigate your relationship with your daughter. Or daughters. I will be back tomorrow because I have something that I want to share with you. And lastly, make sure that you subscribe to the Wiser Woman YouTube channel. So I'm building a channel there to discuss all things womanhood, and in particular relationships with mothers and daughters, and those that have difficult relationships with their mothers or their daughters, to kind of help you out in that area. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you for listening in, and I will see you online. Bye.